I've traveled this wide world all over, and now to another I go. And I know the good quarters are waiting to welcome old Rosin the bow, to welcome old Rosin the bow, to welcome old Rosin the bow. I know the good quarters are waiting to welcome old Rosin the bow. When I'm dead and laid out on the counter, a voice you will hear from below sing, send down a hogshead of whiskey to drink with old Rosin the bow, to drink with old Rosin the bow, my lads, how to drink with old Rosin the bow. Sing, send down a hogshead of whiskey to drink with old Rosin the bow. Then get the half dozen stout fellas and line them all up in a row, and let them drink out of half-gallon bottles to the memory of old Rosin the bow, to the memory of old Rosin the bow, my lads, ah, the memory of old Rosin the bow. Let them drink out of half-gallon bottles to the memory of old Rosin the bow. Then get the a dozen stout fellas and line them all stagger and go. Let them dig a great hole in the meadow, and in it put old Rosin the bow, and in it put old Rosin the bow, my lads, yes, and in it put old Rosin the bow. Let them dig a great hole in the meadow, and in it put old Rosin the bow. Then get me a couple of bottles, put one in me head and me toe, with a diamond ring scratched upon them, the name of old Rosin the bow. Yes, the name of old Rosin the bow, my lads, ah, the name of old Rosin the bow. With a diamond ring scratched upon them, the name of old Rosin the bow. Well, I hear that grim reaper approaching, that cruel and remorseless old foe, and I lift me glass in his honor. Take a drink with old Rosin the bow, take a drink with old Rosin the bow, my lads, a drink with old Rosin the bow. I lift me glass in his honor. Take a drink with old Rosin the bow. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, put him in a long book till he's sober, put him in a long book till he's sober, put him in a long book till he's sober. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, leave him there till they make him better, leave him there till they make him better, leave him there till they make him better. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, try some up and a running bowline, try some up and a running bowline, try some up and a running bowline. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, give him a dose of salt and water, give him a dose of salt and water, give him a dose of salt and water. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, give him a taste of the bosun's roping, give him a taste of the bosun's roping, give him a taste of the bosun's roping. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning. Soak him in oil till he sprouts a flipper, soak him in oil till he sprouts a flipper, soak him in oil till he sprouts a flipper. Early in the morning, way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Early in the morning, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning, way up she she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Put him in the bed of the captain's daughter, put him in the bed of the captain's daughter, put him in the bed of the captain's daughter, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. You should have seen the captain's daughter, you should have seen the captain's daughter, you should have seen the captain's daughter, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. She looks like an orangutan, she looks like an orangutan, she looks like an orangutan, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. Swinging from a chandelier, swinging from a chandelier, swinging from a chandelier, early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises, early in the morning. That's what you do with a drunken sailor, that's what you do with a drunken sailor. I'll tell you a story that happened to me one day as I went down to York by the sea. The sun it was bright and the day it was warm. Says I a quiet pint wouldn't do me no harm. I went in and I called for a bottle of stout. Says the barman, I'm sorry, all the beer is sold out. Try whiskey or paddy, 10 years in the woods. Says I'll try cider, I've heard that it's good. Oh, I'll never again. If I live to 100 or 110, I fell to the ground and I could not get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jump Up. After Lauren the third, I made straight for the yard where I bumped into Brothy, the big civic guard. Come here, my boy, don't you know I'm the law? Well, I up with my fist and I shattered his jaw. He fell to the ground with his knees doubled up, but it wasn't I hit him, it was the Johnny Jump Up. The next thing I met down in York by the sea was a cripple on crutches, and says he to me, I'm afraid for me life, I'll be hit by a car. Won't you help me on down to the railwayman's bar? Downing a pint of the cider so sweet, well he threw down his crutches and danced on his feet. Oh, I'll never again. If I live to 100 or 110, I fell to the ground and I could not get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jump Up. Well, I went up the Lee Road up in for the sea. They call it the madhouse in Cork by the Lee. And when I got there, sure the truth I will tell, well, they had the poor bugger locked up in a cell. Said the guards testing him, say these words if you can. Around the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. To him I'm not crazy, to him I'm not mad. It was only 6, 7, 12 pints that I had. I'll never again. If I live to 100 or 110,